Hello and welcome back to the Alex and Steiner Show. Today I will be interviewing my co-host Steiner Johns.
What's up?
So Steiner, to begin this interview, what made you transition from male to female?
Ooh, I mean, honestly, it was the whole fact that I could get I don't really know.
Very nice on the spot, Steiner. So you got a couple of things that you want to talk about, Steiner, right?
Yeah, I think the number one thing to go over is the Rogers Bulls hitting the balls and fumbling and throwing the interception, which
Yeah.
I
So
think quite a big excuse. But
yeah. If you don't already know, Aaron Rodgers didn't play a very good football game. It's reboundable, possibly, but I mean, it's probably his worst performance ever. Like a lot of people are saying that, yeah, it's his worst performance ever.
I also think our defense looks like the worst I've ever seen our defense look.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Mike Pettin did that bad, and I mean, I bet I'm speaking for everyone when I say that I'd rather have Mike Pettin with that defense than whoever the fuck we got now.
Oh, we got Mr. 0-16 Lions defensive coordinator.
I thought he was from the
Rams.
Rams.
Yeah. He went from 0-16 Lions defensive coordinator to 1 year with the Rams. I went 9-7.
Well, weren't the Rams really good defense though?
They went 9-7 that year under him. And then they fired him. He was gone for 2 years, and then we signed him.
Oh, so he wasn't on the really good Rams defense last year.
No.
I was under the assumption that he was. Okay.
No.
So Aaron Rodgers, let's go through a quick run of the stats. He went 15 for 28. So I'm just going to calculate that.
54%?
56. Yeah, that is a 54% completion percentage, which I mean, like you could do worse. But then it all goes downhill when you account for 133 total yards. So that's an average of 4.8 and 2 interceptions and no touchdowns, which leaves him of a quarterback rating of 36.8.
It would have been better if he was just chucking the ball away the entire time, because if you just chuck it away the entire time, you'll still get a 38.2.
Yeah. So you could literally get better than Aaron Rodgers' passer rating if you just threw it away every time. So, yeah. And then I'm going to quick sneak in that Jordan Love did play very nicely. 5 for 7, 68 yards, average of 9.7, and a quarterback rating of 102.
Wasn't bad.
J-Lo could be getting it done. And
let's not call him that. We can't call him that.
Come on, it's J-Lo.
Man,
Jordan Love, J-Lo.
I mean, he looks like Mexican, like Rico, yeah.
Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo.
Like, he went from like looking kind of black to like actually just straight up looking like a Mexican idiot.
I mean, did his skin color ever change? What do you mean?
I don't know. Like all of a sudden, I looked at him. I'm like, this guy looks like he just came from El Paso, fucking Texas.
Jesus Christ, Steiner. You're so uneducated, Steiner. You know that? I think you just need to learn a thing or two about education.
Yeah. I mean, it would help.
So, Steiner, what do you think was the root of Aaron Rodgers' poor performance? I need you to speak for Aaron Rodgers on this one.
Aaron Rodgers' poor performance? I think it was, honestly, I don't think he was reading the field very well, and I think he was looking more at the defense when he was throwing. And I also think he was not throwing. Like, he should have been taking a lot more shorter throws when they showed that they weren't going to blitz as much. So if he took the shorter throws, he probably would have had for sure like 4 or 5 yards open. But he kept trying to go like 10-yard stops, 15-yard like out routes. It could have been like a corner actually.
Yeah. I'm like from what I watched, like because I only watched the third quarter and then I was like, fuck this, because I was in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I was disappointed because he kept throwing to like guys that weren't even close to open. Like I remember there was one where it was Allen or Lazard and like MVS on the sideline. Like they were both like running together and like the sideline was right there. And then he threw to MVS who was behind Lazard and he was like not even close to open. And it was just the worst throw I've ever seen.
What had happened? Let's see if I can draw this up because I'm pretty expert at drawing plays.
Mhm.
I want to say they're on like a 4-3 coverage, slight disguise look. Most people won't actually know what that actually means, so it's gonna be meaningless to them anyway.
To them, the
Yeah,
plebeians. I totally know what you're talking about. I'm a genius.
I'm sure you do, Alex. Um, so they did this formation a couple times, and it was mostly on run game. I want to say this guy was running that and that. Okay, so they did like a drawing package. So it was all under RPO. But the problem was is that they played 4-3.
Yeah.
So just drawing this out, sorry.
I'm really pissed off that this is taking so long, Steiner. So much fucking downtime.
Sorry.
Yeah, hurry the hell up. Oh my god.
Okay, so this guy what they would do, so the Packers kept doing this play where it was a bootleg / RPO. So they would be under blue-green formation. So what they would do is they would do like the handoff. They would read the handoff. And that's the one if they don't read it, like if they can read the handoff, then instead Rodgers can do another fake handoff and then open up. And sometimes they'll put Robert Tonyan in that.
Yeah.
So then he's got like the easy 5-yard Robert Tonyan thing open. But the problem is they kept playing the corner down here. So then the corner kept biting. And so as soon as Rodgers didn't make the quick throw over to Devontae, he kept biting and they kept taking their like deep safety and putting them kind of close.
Yeah.
So even if we did that, I mean, it would still be covered in probably a pick. So they would do that. And then there would be multiple times where we would try to run it across, like we would do like the fake run, toss it up the middle. Not toss it, but just run it up the middle. And then you would have the dry wing try to like pull. And he would pull to try to open up the gap. But the problem is then they would take the outside linebacker and put him in.
Mm-hmm.
But they would disguise it as he was passing most of the time. And then on the other one, they just always played the cornerback open. And then they always had a safety really, really deep. And it killed us on that one where he tried to throw it long because that safety went deep and then that cornerback was following him. And so that safety was already planning on going deep and he just threw into double coverage, which should have never been thrown in the first place.
Yeah, he honestly, like from what I saw, he just kept throwing into double coverage, like just making like really bad, like poorly thought through throws that were like just straight into double coverage every time.
So it was like that throw that I was just like a lot of that defense too that they were doing. Like they would sometimes blitz the linebacker, and then there would be other times where they would actually like fake the linebacker blitz, and they would end up actually having him like kind of blitz, but then he would go out for a pass, and then the cornerback would come in from the side.
Yeah.
So and that was like one problem is because then when the cornerback would come in from the side, that dump off play that Robert Tonyan kept doing that we would like always work.
Yeah.
And the cornerback came in, that thing was just lit up right away. And then let's say if I think, what was it? I want to say it was Lattimore. He had an easy shot at the quarterback and Aaron Rodgers on one of those plays, and he just whacked Aaron Rodgers for a sack.
Yeah. I mean, would you say on that, like in that game, would you say that like the loss was more of the Saints playing a really good game or the Packers playing a really bad game?
I think it's the Packers playing a really, really, really bad game.
I'd agree with you on that one. I think that like the defense was just in shambles.
But I also don't think the offensive line even like played nearly half the way they needed to.
They lost their two they didn't have their two best offensive linemen, Bakhtiari and Balaga, who like got traded away to the Rams. But like anyway, like last season they had like a very solid offensive line, but this year they lost their two best guys, and now they're just stuck with like two rookies and like the rest of the guys are all right at best. So like Rodgers didn't. To be fair, Rodgers didn't have a lot of time to get the ball off, but like still, he was just making really bad throws the entire time.
Trying to draw up. They used to have this one play that the Packers would used to run, and it would always work really good if they could if the quick dump off RPO bootleg wasn't working, they would always send. I'm just gonna draw this up. I think now it would be who's slot. Slot I think is either Amari Rodgers or Randall Cobb as of now. I think Randall Cobb is starting at slot. I could be wrong.
I bet he is.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure he's starting at slot.
I don't think Amari Rodgers. Amari Rodgers got one catch for 19 yards. Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you look at the Green Bay receiving, and it's just like nothing at all. Like, you got Devontae Adams, 5 catches for 56 yards. I mean, sure. Randall Cobb, 1 catch. Mercedes Lewis, 1. Amari Rodgers, 1. MVS, 1. Alan Lazard, 2. Malik Taylor, 2. Aaron Jones, 2. Tanyan, 2. A.J. Dillon, 1. Like, none of the guys really did much at all. And then for rushing, you got A.J. Dillon ran for 19 yards. Kalen Hill ran for 14 yards. Aaron Jones ran for 9 yards. 5 carries for 9 yards. Like, that is fucking terrible. And then Randall Cobb 1 for 1 yard.
So the same formation they did where they would send the linebacker. This is from the left side now. But this is what they should have done. They've done this play a lot. When they put like Randall Cobb, or it's been all the most of the time, like in the past, it's been Alan Lazard. It's slot, but they moved Alan Lazard to a far, I want to say Z he is right now. But this is always Devontae on that go route. And that's why you'll see Rodgers hit that go if he's wide open.
Yeah.
But what they used to do is, like, if they showed double coverage, they would send Alan Lazard in motion. And the thing is, when they would send him in motion, that would allow they would be allowed 3 wings. But the thing is, you would set about hike right where that arrow would be. So then one guy would usually be running like a quick slant, and then the other guy would be running like a post. And so that would lead the corner off. That would lead the safety off. And so really, you only have this one deep safety to try to cover this, like, quick, basically 2-yard throw bubble.
Yeah.
And it would always be like a 5 or 6 yard gain. But they just never ran it. And I think the reason we didn't run it was because the offensive line couldn't pull. Because I just don't think they have this skill level there.
Yeah.
And I mean, once you're beat already, I don't think you can even pull. Like, once you're getting beat on like basic without pulling, I don't think there's even a way to like come back and try to be like, yeah, we're gonna pull now, even though we're getting beat on the basics.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think that Rodgers' performance was more of him throwing, like just throwing because he's saying fuck you to the Packers, or him trying but being completely unprepared because he hasn't played a lick of football since what was it, November, December of last year?
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think he's been taking too many mental health days.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play at all during the preseason or during the summer camp at all. He didn't play any.
And then when he went on the Pat McAfee show, he even admitted that like he had like gone to like Hawaii for like 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks it was?
Yeah, did like the all-inclusive resorts. And just get totally like loaded and
I'm excited to see his next fucking talk with, because has he done his next talk with Pat McAfee yet? Or is he just on that? Really? What did he say about his game on that?
Yeah, it was really funny. He was giving this whole bullshit on how it was parenthetical on the way he played, and then he used all these like big words I didn't even know what they meant. And
yeah,
like, blah 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 blah. This is a learning experience for the younger guys, and for the older guys, this is less than that. Yeah, even the best teams in the league can still get beat.
I think that he's just like turned into such a fucking spiritual hippie idiot.
I think he's lost it.
I'm looking at it right now, and obviously don't have Bakhtiari for numerous weeks. Maybe there's more question mark. Aaron, just start talking. Well. So he's just basically talking about, basically the takeaway I'm getting at from watching literally a minute of it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is, so I still have confidence in this team. There's a bunch of young guys that just need to get to know the team and stuff. We're just getting to know each other, and I still have confidence in myself, and I still think that we can go places as a team. Is that pretty much how it is?
Basically.
It's just like fucking hell. It's I don't know. I just don't think that he's gonna rebound from this much this season. I mean, I'll probably be wrong because most of my predictions for the entire season were wrong, but I just don't. I don't think he's gonna rebound, and I think that I think the best case scenario for the Packers right now is start Aaron Rodgers, let him shit it up for 3 quarters, and then for the 4th quarter, let Love go in and get the practice that he needs. So then Love can start next season.
Yeah.
I like. Do you think that Love looks like a viable starter for next season if he continues to sit under Rodgers?
Honestly, I don't know. I would say it's still 60-40, like 60% yes, 40% no. And the only reason I say that now is just because this preseason looked like shit.
He didn't look like shit. I wouldn't say shit.
He didn't look great. He got like a quarterback rating of like a 73, 74. I think it was less than that. I think it was like a 69.
69.
I feel like it was 69 or some cool
Gordon
number.
Love preseason. We won't pull up. Love completed 20. All told, Love completed 24 of 35 passes, 68.6% for 271 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, a passer rating of 89.1.
So, 89, not great.
You're just a little off. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I think that especially in that game, I think that like he did make a couple of bad throws. Like there was that 1-2, what's his name again? Malik Taylor, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that one to Malik Taylor where he was on the run. I mean, it was on the run. Like, might have been on the run. I don't think it was, but it was like way forward, but he still caught it, but he had to like dive. That one wasn't great, but it was still something that Rodgers couldn't do. And then there was also that one. There was that one though that downfield, the Randall Cobb that went for 30 yards. That was a dead-on throw. Like that was like a good read on his part, good like looking downfield, and that good like 30-yard throw. Like you can't say that was not there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else you want to say about this, Steinar, or should we move on? Center.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make something.
What are you making? You painting a picture?
I'm trying to think of this. Actually, I'm trying to think of a really good.
So, what are you drawing? Are you drawing up some plays here?
I'm drawing up. Actually, I was just thinking of this. So we do this it's just like I'll just tell you the play because you probably know what it is. Linda, remember what Linda was? Rosa and Linda.
Yeah.
So it was a quick little screen play. But I was thinking the problem is we don't have enough blocking on that, so it's not advancing as much as it is. And that's because all we have is one running back blocking, which ain't great.
Yeah.
We only have one receiver blocking. So I was thinking if you did it under dual running back, I think it would work a lot better. I actually drew this out. If you did this with like a jet motion, you'd have it under dry jet motion. Hold on. Teach you some shit.
Here, how about
Yeah, so
there you go.
Okay, ready? Here we go. If you did this under dry jet motion, you would motion this guy over. He would take the outside block. You would fake the inside at the beginning. And you would fake it again to the outside running back. The outside running back would block for the inside. The inside you would have to delay The inside guy would delay. He would end up getting it, and you'd have the guy up top blocking. And you have just enough time to have about 3 blockers downfield.
That is a very nice looking play. I gotta admit, Steiner.
And then you'd have the bender to draw off the corner and the safety at the top.
Are you saying that the Packers should do this? I don't know.
No,
My brain's
no.
kind of fried right now.
This is from me. I was just thinking of a play that would work. I should just go to the coach and be like, I think this play would really work. I think I think you're coaching. I don't think you have a playbook right now, not set up. I think this would work a little better.
Steiner, sometimes I feel like you'd be a better coach than you would be a quarterback.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like there'd be a little more. I feel like I could maybe be coaching NFL by now.
Don't know about that. You might have to work your way up.
I don't know. I just feel like with me, it's really easy to see like what can go wrong and what can go right.
In football or in life?
Mostly football. I can't really see what goes right in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should just sit here and say yeah. Are you drawing up more fucking plays, Steiner?
No, I'm just naming this. Dual running back, Linda Hot motion.
Dual running back, Linda Hot motion?
Yeah.
That's a nice sounding play, Steiner. I gotta admit.
I just am like giving up names of our plays.
So Steiner, is there anything else that you want to go over? Anything football wise? I don't know. I'm kind of like fuck football right now.
Yeah, let's talk about the car. Guys,
The car?
I haven't really heard the full story. I just found out you got the Super Impreza.
Yeah, I got my Subaru WRX Impreza Altamaniac
Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti Chiron. Yeah. So no, it's they got the 2020 Hyundai Veloster N. So it's used. It got like 20,000 miles, and it was like $25,000, I think.
Oh, wow, big boy spending big money.
I know. I'm just made of money, Steiner. I'm gonna go lay down tonight in my bed made of fucking money. So yeah, what can I say? And the story of its conception is kind of silly because like one morning, it was Saturday morning. I like woke up, chilled out, went upstairs, and then like when I got upstairs, my dad showed me like this Ford Bronco, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this would be a good car for Riley." And then I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Okay, yeah," and I was like, showed him like I can't remember what I showed him. Might have been Honda Civic Type R, maybe something similar. And he was like, "Oh, you want that thing?" And I was like, "I mean, sure," because I've been like sending pictures of that type of car to my dad like for a while, kind of as a joke, but kind of because I like want one of those. And like not just that, but like other cars. And then he was like, "Well, we could just go get one because we do need another car." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I showed him the Veloster N because that's like the one that's like really sick. And then he was like, "Yeah, we could totally go get one." And then we looked it up. And then there's that one in Phoenix. And he was like, and then there was this one in Phoenix. And then there was this one in Florida, like O'Hara, Florida or something. And he was like, "Okay. So we got two options. One, I could drive. I would have driven my dad to the airport, like in Aspen, and he would have taken a flight down to Florida, picked up the car, and driven back just then. Or he would have. We both would have driven down to Phoenix, slept, spend the night that Saturday night, and then driven back with the car on Sunday. So we decided to go with the one in Phoenix because it was cheaper, had less miles and stuff like that. And then it's also black and the other one was blue. And yeah.
Better choice.
So literally that day, that Friday, it was like 2:00. We drove down to fucking Phoenix, which is like 10 hours from our house. And we got to Phoenix at like 10. And yeah, we like checked out the car that night and it was like really sick. Like it was like, oh wow, this thing is actually worth it. And yeah. Spent the night, and then we went to the dealership in the morning. And my phone was dead because I didn't charge it the entire night. So I had to, like, most of the time at the dealership, I just, like, wandered around and just, like, looked at shit because my phone was dead. So I just couldn't, like, sit on my phone. And at one point, I was just sitting, and, like, one of the guys that was, like, talking to us most of the time was just like this ripped guy that was like my height and is like, I think low 40s ish. And he comes over and just starts talking to me about cars. And like in the dealership, midway through the conversation, he pulls out his vape and just starts vaping. And he's like 2 feet from me. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I mean, I go to fucking Glenwood. There's like fucking, I don't want to be a racist or anything. So if like you don't like racists, then get out of here.
And chicks and vaping.
I mean, there's like there's a population of Mexican kids, and like it's about. I'm not being racist. They vape more than Evergreen because I've gone to both schools. I've looked, and like every time I go in the bathroom, they're vaping. So I mean, I've got my fair share of like I've been around people vaping. It doesn't really weird me out anymore. But like this 40-year-old guy doing it next to a 16-year-old kid in a car dealership was just a little shocking to me. Yeah. Like, wouldn't you say that seems like a little bit like it would be somehow against some kind of rule?
Does seem like it would be kind of against a little bit of a rule, yeah.
Yeah, like vaping inside the car dealership.
Especially when like, yeah, unless.
Oh, fucking hell. You just fucking left. 1 second. We're just going to wait for Steinar here. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. So, yeah, it was just kind of shocking to me how this guy pulled out his vape and here's Steinar.
Sorry.
You all good, Steinar?
My thingy clicked. I accidentally was trying to hit the volume and I hit like the off button.
Yeah, it was just like weird how this guy just started vaping in front of me.
Damn, that is actually kind of nuts, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie, it's fucking crazy. So yeah, and then got the car, and then we started driving back at like 2. No, like we left the Phoenix at like 1:45, and we got to Flagstaff at around like 3-ish, I think. And then by then it was already like the third quarter in the Packer game. So we watched that, realized that the Packers were absolute dog shit. So we were going to stay for like most of the game if they were doing well, but we just ended up leaving. And I'm kind of happy we did because we ended up getting home at 1, even with leaving there at like the third quarter. So if we stayed till the fourth quarter, we would have gotten back at like 2:30 at night. Yeah, and I would have had to woken up at like 7.
Chances are you probably might have been able to skip school the next day, though.
I don't know. My mom probably would have made me go, if I'm being honest. Oh my fucking God. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just turned off my computer and I thought I was done for. Logan Green, shut the fuck up, man. Okay? Also, did you see my DM, Logan?
Oh, yeah. I told him that he could hop on tonight, and then you were all like,
tell him no, he can't. He's not special enough. Your pictures, your photography on Instagram has to be better.
Where are you seeing these fucking chats? I ain't seen these chats.
It's kind of nuts. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. God damn it, Steinar. What the hell? Logan, did you see my DM? It's really cool. I sent you a picture of me shirtless. You should feel special. I sent the DM to Logan Green, and it's a picture of me shirtless, and I said, I'll steal your girl, bitch.
Alex, that sounds like an Alex thing to do.
I know. I did bless Logan Green with that one. If you want to be blessed, then DM me. I'll send people pictures of me shirtless. I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. I ain't scared. So yeah, we ended up driving home, and this was my first time ever doing like a big road trip by myself because I was in the car by myself, and I drove for 10 hours straight. Well, not straight because we did stop and get food. And yeah, so drove 10 hours straight home, all the way home. We got to like this is when I realized that it was fucked. We were in Moab, Utah, at like we got to Moab at like 9:30.
Holy fuck!
And I was like, Jesus Christ, this really sucks. And like by the last hour, like when we got to Grand Junction, from like Grand Junction back, I was literally like, what I started doing is I would crank up the heat and I would drive for like 5 minutes with the heat like fully cranked up. And then I would switch it. I would turn the fans on max and turn it as cold as possible. So then I would just like, I was constantly shifting the hot and cold, and it actually worked. Like, I don't know why. Like, I was just trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible. So I didn't like fall asleep or just like lose focus. And I also had like music cranked up on those shit ass speakers in the Jeep. So it was just like, I was just listening to fucking What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow. And it was just like, What's Poppin'? Brandon Rich is happening. Like the entire last hour at like 12:30 at night. So yeah, that was a bit chaotic. Like I literally found myself driving down the road like this, just staring straight forward. And every time I'd like try to like take my eyes off and just like be normal, my eyes would just like tunnel vision on stuff. Like tunnel vision's the scariest shit, especially when you're driving, because you try to like get focused on like everything around you, but you can only focus on like the road. Like it's weird to describe. It's fucked. It's fucko.
I am. Oh, did you stay at a nice hotel when you were in Arizona?
No, we stayed at like this fucking. It was like some shit. It was like a bottom of the line Marriott. I mean, it wasn't shit, but it like wasn't great by any means. Like, it had an outdoor pool, but like honestly, I prefer the indoor ones at hotels.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So yeah, that was all right. And yeah, so the car's a manual, and I don't know how to drive manual, so I spent like all of today learning to drive it, and I kept stalling it out, which is something that you just do when you're learning how to drive manual, is you just stall it out. And I literally took like 20 minutes in this like semi pull-off area, because there was this empty semi pull-off area. So we just went there, and I was just able to go back and forth, stalling out the fucking car. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, if I just take my foot off the clutch super slow, then the car will start rolling, and then I could give it more gas. But the one problem with that is you're gonna burn out the clutch real quick if you do that. So yeah, that's just an issue. So, but like when I wouldn't do that, then I would press the clutch, like release the clutch too early and give it too much gas, and either stall it out or like the wheels would go, and like I would just jolt the car forward. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But like eventually I got the hang of it, like the burnout of the clutch method, because at least then it was somewhat smooth. So yeah, tomorrow I gotta like figure out a way not to burn out the clutch when I'm starting it. And my plan is to drive it down from where I live to Aurora in Denver, which is just like a measly like 4.5, 5 hour drive in a manual transmission that I just learned how to drive 3 days, like today. Let's hear it, Steinar. What do you got to say?
The game's now Saturday.
Thank fucking God. Okay.
But
I won't have to drive all the way through.
I was thinking that night, Friday night, we could still do something kind of fun though if you're up for it.
Yeah. We gonna do some fun shit. We're gonna do something good.
So then
That's good, because then I was going to have to drive 5 hours down to Aurora in a manual transmission, which I am not too great at driving. I mean, I did drive it around by myself, and I managed to go on an entire like 20-minute drive without stalling it once. And I'm really proud of myself.
And I don't really know if this is true or not, but like I heard through some of the monkey's uncle that we might have a homecoming thing going on.
What do you mean?
And if that's true, they want like all the football to go to it.
Ooh, the game on Saturday?
Or we would have like a homecoming thing on Friday. Like
what homecoming. Like your homecoming is not Friday.
That's what I thought.
Your homecoming, I've looked at your. I know your school better than you do, Steinar. I looked. Yours is next week. Ours is this week. Yours is next week.
Either way,
we're good. I mean, if you have to go to homecoming, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to go to homecoming too.
If I were to go, you're coming with me. I'm sneaking in some way.
I mean, I could just buy a ticket and go to your homecoming. I mean, that'd be all right, I guess. But your homecoming is not this Friday. It's next Friday.
I know. I don't really know if I want to go. I'm just kind of like, I need to go.
Well, I'm skipping my homecoming to go and hang out with you. So that's
I got no business to do there.
You got no business, Steinar?
No money moves.
No money moves. It's unfortunate. Well, like one more thing about the manual transmission. There was like this fuck part when I like first like got off the road after like barely learning how to start it. I was at this roundabout and the roundabout was jam packed. Like people were just flowing around it. And I started like I was literally sat there for like 5 minutes and I started going, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. And my mom was in the car and she was like, calm down. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then there's like this hole. And I was like, yes. And I like slammed on the gas, took my foot off the clutch, and I stalled it. And then the opening ended, and people started honking at me, and I was like, "Fuck! God damn it!" And then I like literally, I started up again. There was like this tiny asshole. I got it moving. Like somehow, I just raged, and I got it moving. And then I was gonna have to like, there was like 2 lanes in this, like inside and outside. And they both turned into one to keep going like where I wanted to go, or else you had to turn off onto 70. And there was just this absolute wall of cars on the inside that prohibited me from being able to go the way I wanted to. So I ended up just going onto the highway.
Oh.
After just learning how to drive manual.
Oh.
And like when I was going on the off ramp, I was still like super fucking heated. So I was just slamming through the gears. Like I was just like going up, and my mom was like, calm down. And I was just like,
Alex, here's a suggestion. You know what you should do?
what do you want?
You should replace the manual, like, because it's just like a manual ball, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Let's go
about.
with what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like the little shift lever.
And you should take that off, extend the like rod to be like pretty fucking big.
Yeah, like all the way like up to here.
And do like a Mexican one.
The thing is though, when you get it up, like fuck me, when you get it up this high, like when you're down here, like when it's super low, you only have to travel like that amount of distance. But to like travel that amount of distance when it's this high, you're literally gonna go.
You just get in when you drive it out, you gotta be like, where do you want to go? Really, really quick? Okay. I get to the airport very quick. 20 pesos, 200 pesos.
I'll just keep it in first no matter what. Even if it's redlining and we're on the highway, I'll just keep it in first.
You know what I say? Drive that fucker like you stole. Drive it like you're in goddamn Detroit and you're in a foreigner.
I'm really bad at driving manuals though. Like I'm really, really not good. And I'm just like tomorrow I'm planning on driving it to school. So yeah, tomorrow like my plan is I'm gonna practice in the morning right when I wake up, get back, like check in, be like, yo, what's up? And then go to school. And hopefully I don't stall it out when I'm on the Grand Avenue. And hopefully I don't get hit. So I'm living on a prayer here, so literally.
I just thought of something that someone told me today.
What?
So someone that you may know, Alex Logan.
Yeah.
Pete.
Almost got it, but like, yeah, that's the person,
Logan
right?
Peeps. Yep. He told me today, he's like, yeah, I got a truck, but I don't have a license. I just drive without a license. I was like, Logan, that is so fucking illegal. He's like, bro, I'm a hick. I'm fine. I just use the back roads.
Dude, I love how that kid's just labeled himself as a hick now.
I'm like, yeah, you can still get pulled over on the back roads, believe it or not.
It's so funny how he's just labeled himself as a hick. He's like, hey, I'm a hick.
Yeah, I got a real funny joke for you here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Actually, this is not appropriate for the show.
Steinar, anything's appropriate, okay? We have the freedom of information here. No,
This
freedom of information.
Nope, this is Biden's idea of it's not a democracy with this fucking church. It's more
You
like
almost got it.
it's capitalism. I think it's not capitalism. No capitalism with this fucker. It's not communism. It's
Socialism?
It's not quite socialism. It's like the one step up from socialism.
Communism.
It's not fucking communism. It's the one step down from communism.
Capitalism.
No, it's like the Nancy Pelosi shit where she's tearing up the fucking independence. That's how our country's like. They're like, okay.
Socialism. Libertarianism.
Don't think that's actually what it's called, but sure.
Leftism. What more do you want? It goes like socialism, communism. Oh my god.
You know what, Alex? This doesn't
Also,
matter.
did you see that? Do you see the Met Gala, Steiner? You know what the Met Gala is? I feel like that's something you wouldn't know about.
No, honestly, no clue what it is.
You don't know what the Met Gala is?
Is it a bunch of art peeps or they're running around?
It's basically where a bunch of like rich celebrities go there and wear like $30,000 outfits that look like absolute dog shit. That's basically the idea, and they all like go on about how capitalism's bad and stuff.
I think I saw a highlight from that. This lady wore this dress that was like, fuck.
No, it was AOC wore a dress. You know who AOC is, right?
Yeah. I think this
so
might have been the same person.
She wore a dress that said "tax the rich." It said like something like that, and it's so funny. What is it? AOC. Yeah, she wore a dress at the Met Gala where she was invited to get in because she is like in the, she's just like a fucking thingy majigga. I don't know, like what the fuck. She got invited there, and she wore a dress that said "tax the rich," which is hilarious because she is rich and she's hanging out with a bunch of rich people. And like, what?
Yeah, she's quite up there. Nancy Pelosi.
I'm very pleased with the kind of information that you're giving me on this one, Steiner.
But then, yeah, there's that Democrat fucker.
What?
And, I also learned that Macbeth, I'm reading this fucking Shakespeare Macbeth.
Dude, Macbeth. That's, honestly, Macbeth goes off. That shit's good. Here, you want me to spoil it for you?
Honestly, here's the thing. I don't really understand what the fuck's happening, so I'm just watching the fake notes. And this black guy interprets it perfectly. He's like, yeah. And so the book starts with these witches. He's like, two witches are all hanging around like campfire. Like they're waiting. They're just like, they're ready to like kill some bucket. Like the captain's down, and you know, this black guy's just popping off. He's like, yeah, and Macbeth wants to take the fucking throne, but like he has to pop a guy first. Like he has to kill the motherfucker like cold blooded. Like, but his best friend Duncan, like they're best friends. Like they actually know each other. Like they're Gucci. They slinging the dope together.
Dave, you actually got that shit on lockdown, Steiner. That's exactly what happened. He had to kill King Duncan to get the throne because the fucking witches were like, bruh, you could be king too, bruh. And then like him and Duncan were all chill, and he was like, hey, yo, Duncan. And then he went pow and killed Duncan's ass.
But the funniest thing is like this black guy takes it as like if they were like in the hood. He's like, yeah, and Duncan and him, like, they were slinging the dope a long time ago. And you know, they were dope slinging buddies, but I mean like now he has to take a stick and like a crowbar and like stab him right through his heart. Like and his goddamn like hood of that fucker.
Isn't that what you did for what was that shit that you did last year in English? Didn't you just watch that guy and then take the exam?
Yup. The Slaughterhouse 5. I'll send you some videos. Like I literally have now just been like watching him just because I think he's funny to listen to.
You're just learning about random books, just being like, oh yeah, this black guy's pretty entertaining.
And I remember all of them because I know all the references. Like, yeah, I'm a Papa Cap and that motherfucker. They were so slinging the dope with like.
What?
How am I gonna forget this shit? Like the other one was like Animal Farm. Have you read that book?
Yeah, we actually watched that video in class in middle school together, Steiner. I remember that. You don't remember? Actually, we might have been in different classes, but I remember watching that exact video in middle school in that bitch's class. And then he was like, yeah, and then the pig started wilding out.
That guy's actually kind of sick. What was another book? I think it was Moby Dick. I had to like.
Moby Dick.
I think I better read it. Watch too much of this because there was another one. I think the other one it was oh god, it was like a really fucking hard one. It was The Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
So where all these fuckers going to the desert and they're like fucking hooting and hollering. They're like a trader and another fucker and he's like,
so basically a bunch of Indians took peyote and tripped balls for an hour.
Kinda. No, really.
Logan Green, shut the fuck up.
What did he
Please.
say?
He's just like, please acknowledge me. He's just going off. He's like, I did, Lamau. Thank you. I did. It was a blessing. Give a lecture about Bears on the Ash Show. BRB. We need more cooperation from Steinar. Wait, when's homecoming? Jake, you here? You got this. You got this. You got this. What would I be on the podcast? What are we good to go? Please acknowledge me. Yeah, Steinar, we do need more cooperation from you. What do you got to say about that?
That's a good question. I think we need a Republic of Siberia.
How about this? How about this? We'll switch off hosting the podcast. I hosted today, so then you could host next week. I mean, whenever we do it next. It's not even a schedule.
I'm gonna be like Jameis Winston at the post interview. He's like, "Yeah, I talked to my sports therapist today, and he told me, he just told me that like, yeah, I mean, we just talked." It was like the dumbest answer he had given. I was like, "Then we gotta beat the fucking Jameis, the crab thief." You can just like imagine.
So fucking fried.
Can you just imagine him just like going like this in the grocery store and just stealing like live crabs? Because that's what he did, and it was like caught on security cameras, like him just stealing live crabs out of a fish tank.
It'd be so funny to watch that. Wait, is there actual footage of him just walking in there and stealing a crab?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
James
Winston robbery.
Crab. No way. This is from 7 years ago.
I know it's pretty old, but I mean, he was.
I thought this like just happened.
Oh no,
Jameis Winston steals crab legs. Official store video. Okay, so Jameis walking in. He secured the crab. He walks like through the store with the crab. He's just wandering around with the crab. Continues to wander around. he just leaves with the crab.
I know.
Well, what was he doing at that point? Was he was in college? 7 years? No, he was in.
I think
was he in high school?
No,
7 years ago. How old is Jameis Winston? 27. So he would have been 20.
So he's in college.
Yeah, he's in college. Fuck me. Why did I think high school? Okay. So he's just in college stealing crab. That's epic, Steinar. You got to do that sometime. Carry on the legacy that Jameis Winston initiated.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to the supermarket and steal fucking crabs. I mean, when I first heard this story, because I heard it on like the podcast, I didn't actually hear it until I heard like this podcast story of someone else, and they made it sound like he like walked into a place like Red Lobster and just stole a fucking lobster out of there.
Well, it's not Red Lobster. It's just some like random grocery
store. I know,
store.
but that's how this podcast made it sound like, and I was like, God, I could just imagine some like black guy walking in, going up to like the tank, stealing like the big ass lobster, and just walking out of there.
One of the comments on the video says he was really about to eat a W.
That's funny, actually.
Dude, that picture of Jameis Winston after the game though is pretty sick, where he's like holding up the W. That's pretty sick. Steinar, you gotta do that sometime at one of your games. Afterwards, you just gotta be like, just act like you're eating pussy.
Wait, that's actually that song. Have you heard that locker room song? It's pretty funny.
What locker room song?
Yeah, they only do it for verse because I've got this experience the varsity. I get to suit up and do nothing sometimes. Yeah, okay. It's real fun. But yeah, they're like they go in there and they're like, "Are you ready to party?" And everyone's like, "Yo, we're ready to party." And then someone else comes in and says, "Are you ready for some pussy?" And everyone says, "We're ready to eat pussy."
What?
Yeah.
That's some gay shit right there. Everybody's like, we're going to eat some pussy.
Well, I have to send you a video next time it happens.
You're just like, you're just the only guy filming everybody being like, eat some pussy.
It's kind of weird, not going to lie. It's kind of funny, though.
I wish more high school teams did that shit that like Notre Dame does, and like everybody like holds hands and like rocks back and forth after the game, and just look us up at the fans and just has like a moment of like coming to Jesus.
See, like I like the whole Appalachian State thing with like Luke Combs.
What?
Yeah, Luke Combs like comes in there like I guess every time Appalachian wins,
Really?
and they sing a song in the locker room all together.
Really?
And the other last one is like, I want some cold beer on a Friday night. And they're all just like rocking out. And they're like, we want some cold beer on a Friday night.
That's sick.
It is actually sick as hell. I'll have to send it to you after we're done. But it is actually.
Damn, imagine like Luke Combs coming into your locker room after a game.
I'm sending it to you right now. Because I have absolute ADHD.
Logan Green, I will delete you off the internet. Here, I could put you in timeout. Logan, do you want to be put in timeout? I can put you in timeout right now. That is a power that I have. That's a dictator.
Dictator.
Don't reply if you want to be put in timeout. Oh, you didn't reply. Putting him in timeout. No.
I'm at 1%. I'm gonna die.
What?
I'm at 1%. I might die.
What?
I'm at
You
1%.
told that one per. Oh, you're at 1% on your phone. I mean, we could just end it here, Steiner. Logan Green was blocked. We don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
Hold on. I'm gonna just plug this in and connect AirPods.
Flick a coin.
So can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you should just end it now.
Okay. Well, Logan Green is gone, so I'm just gonna end it. Bye bye. Oh, I put.